Is Jamie Elliott going to return on Friday night against the Cats? Let's talk about it. So, to everyone's huge surprise yesterday, Craig McRae and then Collingwood came out and said Jamie Elliott is a test for Friday night's game against the Cats. Now, we know that he's been going through that vascular vein sort of issue over the last few weeks. He hasn't played since Anzac Day from memory, which is like 10 weeks ago or something like that. So it's been a big sort of problem. The injury report had him. So last week, the injury report had him at, I think it was 3 to 5 weeks to return, or somewhere around there, or 2 to 4. And now he's a test for Friday, which to me is a very good indication that he'll play on Friday, and that would be absolutely huge for us. You know, with no Myercheck going down, McStay still not there, Mason Cox still not there. We won't have the tallest forward line, but at least we will have Jamie Elliott. Now, Jamie Elliott and Brody Myercheck are two of the guys that we hit up the most when we're looking in our forward line, and I said it on Footy Abroad a few weeks ago. Even when they were out of the team, both of them, they were still leading the count of, or the stat of, who we hit up the most. So that's how many times we hit them up. Now, we know Jamie Elliott is a clutch player, but we know that he is not um, a Brody Myercheck or a Dan McStay. So it looks like we will go in with a smaller forward line because I really don't see anyone sort of stepping up. People said Josh Eyre. Josh Eyre's got a concussion leading into this game, so he won't play. McStay is probably going to do some time in the VFL, so he's still an assess. Ash Johnson, like I said in my Darcy Moore video, I'd love Ash Johnson to sort of come back as just that taller guy. Reef McGuinness was rested, so it'll probably be Reef McGuinness that comes in for my check as well. So there are going to be a lot of different things happening with that forward line. But the best thing about it is when we had all our injuries and we were winning games, we still had 9, 10, 11 goal kickers, and we weren't relying on the big guys because we didn't have Myercheck for an extended period of time, or McStay or anyone sort of like this. So Will Hoskin-Elliott probably plays tall. He goes up there, probably plays tall. Jeremy Howe, thankfully it was just hamstring awareness, so he'll play. Darcy Cameron will play. So it's going to be very interesting how we line up on Friday against the Cats, who have just been, you know, insane these last couple of weeks. Another one to look out for is Oleg Markov. He sustained an injury during the opening minutes of last Friday's game, and he pulled up really sore from the match. It was an adductor strain, so he played all the way through with an injury. But if Markov comes out, John Noble will come back in after his concussion protocols. Isaac Quain is another guy to look at with his toe, but he should be available. All of these guys have to get through tomorrow's training session. So Wednesday's training session, the open training session that you can go to and watch all these guys play, or train, sorry. And it's going to be, Friday's going to creep up on us, and it's going to be an absolutely huge game. So I wanted to also point out something that Craig McRae said on SEN yesterday. So he's saying that they had appointed day at the Pies. They're in solution mode at the moment, and that the hunger and the desire aren't gone. And I guess actions do speak louder than words, so we will see what that looks like on Friday. But he did mention the pressure and that we're not the team that we wanted to be. He pointed to, like, earlier in the season, against Brisbane, Jeremy Howe said it as well. That really kicked off our start with the Essendon game. Our pressure was shy of like 130 or 160 or something like that. No, maybe not 130. It was about 160, which is just not on for a team that pressures. It's just absolutely not on. We were known as the pressure pies, and we just didn't show them. So he was very frank in calling that out on air for everyone to hear. So expect a really big change going from what we saw against Gold Coast and Essendon when they were running through us to what we're going to see against Geelong. Upon saying that it was the worst pressure game of the year, Craig McRae did come out and say that, they had 130 uncontested marks. It's hard to tackle when you don't have the ball. And Essendon picked us apart in that sense, where they were just chipping it around, playing a game of chess, going from the right to the left, to the left to the right with ease. And that's why it was a bad pressure game, because we just couldn't tackle. He also did say that we tried to move the ball a little bit differently, which left our team or the guys there unpredictable. They didn't know where they were sort of going and they couldn't read it. So we're going to get back to basics against Geelong on Friday. We're going to be that high pressure team and we might get Jamie Elliott back. I just want to come on here, give you a quick update on the injuries and what I heard from Craig McRae yesterday. Let me know your thoughts down below. But until then, like, comment, subscribe, tell your family, tell your friends, tell your pets. And until next time, double shackers. I'll soup you later.